Dear my children, today's topic is culture and intelligence. And you know, one of the important part of intelligence, how we adapt with our environment. From previous class, you know, the two important factors or determinants of intelligence. One is nature, that means our biological part, and nurture, that means our environmental aspects. And now, culture represents our social context. That means our environment and our culture also important for our intelligence. Now, what is culture? Culture is a collective system of our beliefs, our values, our attitudes, and which are carried from generation to generation. And triarchic theories of Sternberg's. You know, Sternberg's one of the important types of triarchic theory is contextual and practical intelligence. And in this intelligence and this theory, Sternberg says culture plays important role for our intelligence. And now other aspects of Vygotsky, the Russian psychologist. In our Russian psychologist Vygotsky also said culture is also important and culture provides our social context. And our elementary functions such as walking, crying and identifying mother's voice all are universal. But our higher order system and the cognitive aspects, decision making, problem solving and culture is important for that particular activities. So these are the theoretical aspects, and the theorist said the relationship between culture and intelligence, and culture plays important role for intelligence. Now, technological intelligence and integral intelligence, and the differentiate between technological intelligence and integral intelligence. Technological intelligence and the Western cultures and their child rearing practices are different from Indian perspective and Asian perspective. And their child rearing practices always focus, you know, and especially cognitive aspects and their abstractions and understanding, analysis of informations, minimal moves. And in Western cultures, and their intelligence we call technological intelligence. They always, in Western culture, always focus cognitive part. That means how we make decision, how we solve problems, and how we make abstract ideas, how we analyze information. That means specially focus in cognitive part. Yes. And now the intelligent testings and the intelligent testings which are developed in Western countries, and these particular tests, an important thing is that, and they always identify and cognitive parts. That means the item of test which are developed in Western countries, and they always focus and give importance on cognitive aspects. And now next, you know the integral intelligence, that means Indian context, and just you see the difference and cognitive part for technological intelligence and cognitive as well as non-cognitive for integral intelligence. So cognitive aspects is important. Apart from cognitive aspects, our emotion is also important. Yes, and in Western culture focused, you know, individualistic perspective, but in Asian culture, always focus the collectivist perspective. Our emotions, our relationship with other persons, all are important. How we manage relationship, that is also important. So again, technological and integral, the difference you know based on Western countries and based on Indian context, and only focus the cognitive part, and integrals cognitive as well as non-cognitive. Now the other part are buddhi, this Sanskrit word buddhi. Yes, and it's, you know, just like intelligence, we use this term buddhi. And J.P. Das said in buddhi, the mental effort, feeling, our actions as well as knowledge, understanding, all are important. Yes, that means in buddhi, you know, our affective components, our motivational components as well as cognitive components are also important. Yes, so again, the Indian perspective, you have to mention the cognitive components as well as non-cognitive components. That means our society, how we react with our individuals, other individuals, how we understand our emotions, the other perspectives emotion, how we manage relationship, commitment with other persons, all are important. Our affection also important. Okay. So, and apart from Western part, in Indian part also, the 4 kinds of components and competence are important. The cognitive part, social part, emotional aspects, and entrepreneurial components. And the cognitive parts, you know already. Problem solving, decision making, reasoning are important. In social part, how we manage relationship and commitment to elder. And emotional part, self-regulation, honesty, politeness, and self-understanding of your emotion and other person's emotion. And the last, entrepreneurial components and hard working, persistence, goal-directed behavior, vigilance, all are important. Yes, thank you.